Hey folks, my name is Zach Brammer. I work at Andy Moore Hyundai here in Bloomington, Indiana, and today we're going to take a look at the 2022 Hyundai Palisade SE all-wheel drive. This is the first SE I've seen. I've been working here for about a little over a year. First time I've seen an SE. This one's got quartz white exterior. It's got the black interior. So what we'll do is we'll take a walk around the outside, take a look at some of the features on the inside, go over some other information, and take it from there. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, hit like, hit subscribe. Let's get into the video, and we'll start now. All right, so the first place we want to start on the outside of the vehicle is the window sticker. So again, 2022 Palisade SE all-wheel drive, 19 city, 24 highway for a combined average of 21. This one's got the Hyper White, which is an upcharge of $400, bringing the total price of the vehicle to $37,150 before taxes. Here is the wheel design, which I actually like more than what's on the SEL. I kind of wish that they had these on the SEL. We'll take a look at the outside here. I'm actually gonna do the 0.5 zoom here, switch it, there we go. Go ahead and open the tailgate here. Manual tailgate, not powered. Back here, this one's got carpeted floor mats and a cargo cover. Back here, you can fold the left and right. I'm going to switch back to one-time zoom. You can fold the left second row. Power folding. We'll go ahead and pull out the third row. This is the cargo space with the second row up. Now, down under here, you do have a well, which is nice. You got your jack, your cargo net, and all sort of stuff underneath. So, not a whole lot of cargo space with the third row up, but with the third row down and the second row up, you have quite a bit of space. Goes all the way up. And completely flat and level, which is nice. Except there is a little bit of a gap right here where stuff can fall down when you're sliding it. All right, so here in the second and third row, so you can press this, seat slides forward to move back into the third row. Now there's not much space here in the third row. This second row is all the way back. So you can slide this forward and back, but with it all the way back, there's just not a lot of room. But what you can do, you see you can have this one a little bit more forward, the second row, so you have more room for the third row. So if you can find that sweet spot for everyone. The front two seats are all the way back, so there's still a decent amount of space. Now back here, you're still getting USB outlets in the back of the seat. You're getting a 12-volt outlet down below. The second and third row do get their own climate controls as well. And then, but no USB outlets in the third row like some of the other trims of the Palisade. All right, so we're going to start over here on the very left. You do have the blind spot monitor in the side view mirrors, you can see right there, which is pretty nice for the SE trim level. You've got different sort of controls in your parking brake down here. You've got the typical Hyundai steering wheel with your voice recognition, your radio controls, phone controls, all sort of stuff like that. Up here, you do get adaptive cruise on the SE, which is pretty awesome. That's a feature that doesn't come on the SE trims of many other Hyundai vehicles. Up here, you've got the cluster, which is analog, but you've got a little display in the center there that you can display different things, but I typically keep it on the digital speedometer. Now you have your smaller screen up here than other Palisades, but you do get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which you don't get in the higher trim levels, which I think is one of the worst things that Hyundai does. Has to do with the operating system. of the touchscreen itself though. So not only do you get digital buttons up here for most of the things, you get actual physical buttons for some of the things you do. So that way you don't have to reach as far, which is nice when you're trying to pay attention to the road. Up here, regular rear view mirror, no auto dimming, no garage door openers, no blue link in this vehicle, and also no sunroof. You still get the safety feature that will let you know if anyone in the back seat does not have their seatbelt on, which in this one it has, this is the 8-passenger one, so it shows you 7 different seatbelts. Down here, instead of dual climate control, you have single, which is controlled with these knobs here. Switch between temperatures, so no digital, which I think they could have done either on the infotainment screen or at least a little knob down there. Still have shift by wire, which is nice. So on some of the lower trims of the Santa Fe and the Tucson, they've gone to the lower trim levels have an actual gear shifter. So that means you still get a little bit of space down here in the floating console. There's a USB outlet down there and a 12-volt outlet as well. Still get auto hold. Your auto shut off is also changed as well, or it's right here, so you can press that. You got 5 different drive modes and your all-wheel drive lock, since this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, which is pretty awesome. Down here, you've got your USB outlet, which you don't need to use as much because typically this is the one where you have to plug in for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then we'll take a look at the center console. So down in here, you still get another USB outlet and a 12-volt outlet. One thing in this one that you'll one little secret that it took me like 6 months before I found out is there's a little hole down here to run cords from down below up into the cup holder area, which is nice, and that's on all trim levels. So what we'll do is we'll throw it in reverse. We'll take a look at the backup camera. So this one's got the 2 backup cameras with trajectory. The red line means you're about 2 feet away from an object, and then we have an above view as well. So you can kind of see your bumper. So that white bar is the bumper of this, and then that yellow line is trajectory as well. This one helps a lot if you are parallel parking or trying to park near a wall. Definitely helps a lot. So what we'll do is, why don't we switch backup cameras. Try to get out of here one-handed. I'm going to close my garage door and then we'll take it for a drive. Alright, so we're going to take this through some corners real quick. So it rides real smooth, really responsive. Try to keep the camera straight here. Drives almost like a van, in my opinion. My wife thinks it drives more like a SUV, but I drove a Chevy Suburban recently and they drive completely different. Nice responsiveness. We'll switch it to sport mode here in a bit. Up at this stoplight up here. Switch to sport mode. Now you can see it changes down there in the little display. Puts out a little bit more RPMs in the sport mode. Very smooth, no sort of bumps. Pretty quiet. Instant response. Letting me know I'm crossing the line. That's the lane keeping assist. Pull back into the dealership. And we'll park it over here in between the Kona. There's a reverse. Parking sensors let you know you're getting close to an object. Perfect.